What is up, everyone? Mr.Lolcow here today. Got another video for you today. This is about Wings of Redemption and DSP. Shout out to Duty Streams for the clip. Again, the video here is breaking. Wings of Redemption leaks DSP DM'd him. I'm sorry, baby. Duty Streams with the best titles. I appreciate it. Always gives me a good laugh. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the video today. This is Wings exposing DSP and the DM situation. DMs after the whole April Fool's situation.
The fact that Darkside Phil messaged me when I brought up Discord earlier. Because, like, it had streamer mode on, and it streamer moded everybody name but fucking Phil's name. It's like, oh.
What, were you talking to him?
Yeah.
Was he apologizing for being a bad person?
Kinda. In Phil's own way.
So right here, in Phil's own way. So he didn't apologize. That's just DSP's nature. He will never apologize. The famous line, I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct, and still I get screwed. That's DSP in a nutshell. It's always everyone else's fault. You should always bow down to him. You should always support him. You should always make sure that he is all set. He's taken care of. I mean, this guy legitimately thinks that Asmongold and the Kino Casino should work around his schedule because he's the legacy guy. He's been around. He's the OG, but he doesn't have a legacy. He has a begacy. That's really what this boils down to. It's a major ego problem.
He just needs to stop being. He just needs to stop being a bad friend, bro. Like,
Agreed.
I don't think he's a bad friend. I think here's the thing. Phil is very unique. Phil is a unique.
He's not unique. Phil is every type of terrible. Like, he might be unique in the way that he begs. He might be unique in the way that his content is so shit, sure. But as a human being, as far as characteristics and the way that he treats people, he's not unique. He's just a jackass. That's it.
Unique person. There's only one Darkside Phil on this whole fucking planet.
If there were two, oh my god. Imagine a second Darkside Phil. There have been some people that have been able to somewhat emulate him. You look at PWR, the way that he bitches, moans, and complains on a daily basis. But yeah, that's... Or not really. He does bitch, moan, and complain, but not as much as Phil. Phil is unique in that sense, sure. But again, as far as characteristics of what makes someone special, Phil is not unique.
that you are damn right about that. Like, I've never met somebody who like scammed their viewers out of money and said he'd pay taxes with them. Like,
I think I called him on that, did I not?
yeah. Like he like spent all of the tax money on WWE champions. Trying to pull Hogan's.
Yeah, okay. So this is, Phil, this is how I feel about streamers in general. This is my personal opinion. I think what a streamer chooses to do with their money is their personal business. People can choose to donate to whoever they want to. It's the line. Phil claimed he needed all this money for taxes. He claimed he needed all this money, otherwise he was going to lose his house. He needed it to repair his shower, his toilet, all those things. When you bring something to the forefront and you try to make it not just your responsibility, but your viewers' responsibility, that is when it becomes an issue. And Phil doesn't understand that. He thinks that, oh, because I'm a streamer and these people gave me their money with free will, I can do what I want with it. And that is correct only in the essence of when you are streaming and not begging for money, saying, guys, I got to pay 2 big bills. Well, now you made the bills their issue. Guys, my shower is broken. Now you made the shower their issue. Sometimes people are going to look at that and think, oh, I should donate money. I don't remember the channel name, but there was someone who was a homeless teenager, and they were showing how they were going to gas stations and buying like prepackaged food like ramen, boiled eggs and sandwiches and stuff like that. And they were living off of that money. They had a PayPal and a Venmo, stuff like that to get money. And people donated. And some people even were trying to donate and give supplies like a little, I can't think of the name, a hot plate so you can cook food on it. People supported that kid because, well, he was homeless. Now, if it turned out that that kid was lying, or that if it was like turned out, oh, it was really just a 24-year-old and he had a mansion and he was role playing as a teenager being homeless, well, then that falls on the responsibility of the person for misrepresenting what the situation is. Now, if they had done it, I guess, like a story time saying this is how I did things, and they showed it, and they did one video being, drama, like a dramatization of how they lived their life, that's a different story. But Phil doesn't do that. Phil doesn't say, there was a point in my life where I needed money for my shower, and you guys donated $2,500 during that stream, and I fixed it, and and it was great, and I was able to treat my wife to dinner. No, it's guys, we hit the goal. Let's hit more goals. And people ask him, oh, did you ever get that issue fixed? Why are you asking me about that? You must be a dirty, filthy detractor. Suffer. Snort.
That's what I'm saying, 4-4 Flake. That's what I'm saying. You need to let him have it.
I'm glad you guys have faith in me that I can properly roast Phil by myself.
Wings, you could. And to this I'll say about Wings. When he was on Lolcow Live when it first started out, he had shown how big of a Lolcow DSP is by just acting normal. And normal's really rough. Well, not really rough, sorry. Really tough, rather, for Wings to do. Because he is a Lolcow, just like Boogie. He is a Lolcow, just like LTG. He is a Lolcow, just like Truther 777. It's what he is.
Of course, I think you could do it. It's just.
I mean, hey, you should, dude. Did you watch? Were you watching the stream at all or no?
I watched
Stream the.
I watched like
the
a
one?
minute of it. I didn't watch very much.
Bro, it was supposed to be like a big joke, and like he was supposed to be like playing an act. But as soon as you started like criticizing him for e-begging, he was like, "No, I don't make 3 times more than you because I e-beg. I make 3 times more than you because I work harder than you. Get it?"
And when Phil, when it comes to the term work, Phil has the weirdest personal definition of it. Work to me, it depends on what your craft is. Let's say you're a doctor. Work for you is trying to make sure your patients, or whatever type of doctor you are, but your patients, they're living healthy, they're living their best life possible. That is work. You have to work really hard, study, understand the human body, the human condition, and understand different types of diseases, different types of surgery techniques. You have to do all that. If you are someone that works in public transit, you have to be on time. You have to deal with people that may be unruly. If you're like a public bus, you have to deal with maybe people going ahead and doing nasty things on the bus, like pissing or shitting on the bus, puking on the bus. People might be homeless people. They might smell bad, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, and you have to deal with all those different types of things. So you have to work hard in that sense to keep your bus clean, make sure that the riders are comfortable. And if you have someone that is handicapped, well, then you have to bring them on. You have to strap them in, make sure that they're secure. So that's work too. Phil does not work. He doesn't. I don't want to hear about, oh, he streams. Streaming is not a hard job. When all those streamers were trying to claim that their social battery and all this nonsense was drained, I believe in a social battery, but the streaming thing, no, it's not. You go do 8-hour brain surgery, and then you tell me that you're stressed out because you were playing Fortnite for 3.5 hours for 5 days a week. Like, shut up. It's not the same.
And then
Well,
And then he was like,
you know what I would do? I would challenge him. Like, all right, stream the same amount of time that you stream right now, but never ask for donations. See if you make 3 times more as me.
He can't do it though, because then he won't get as much money.
Right.
can't do
He's
it.
he's tried to do it before.
It's an ultra instinct.
I don't think it's an ultra instinct. It's like likes. You know how every YouTuber asks for like likes and subscribes and thumbs ups and all that, because most people will forget to like a video, right? It's free, whatever. Like you can forget to like a video, but like most people won't even realize that you can donate to it unless you talk about it, right? Like, we're like, oh, this is something that happens, right? And like, some people feel guilted into doing it. And I don't like doing it. I've done it before, where I was like, oh, hey, if you like the content, throw some love my way, right? But at the same time, it's like, it makes me feel bad.
And that's ultimately what this boils down to with Phil. He has no dignity. He has no dignity. He has no morals. And I'm recording this today on, Easter Sunday. This is the thing that bothers me the most, is that Phil will go ahead and do this thing where he tries to act morally superior to everyone. And sorry, I said I'm recording on Easter Sunday. I'm recording it to post on Easter Sunday is what I meant to say. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, which doesn't matter to you guys. You're just going to see it pop up if you're subscribed. But again, with Phil, he tries to act morally superior to everyone, tries to act like he has a code of conduct that he's very strict by. Remember on the interview with Josh Moon, where Phil tried to say, well, I made it my mission to not get involved with my viewers' life. I tried to make it my mission to just keep this like parasocial relationship with my viewers. No, you tried to make it so that you can let Derek do whatever the fuck he wants when he wants. That's what you tried to do, you donkey.
Honestly, he came off as disrespectful.
He is disrespectful.
He's hell, bro. I don't know if you've watched it. Like I don't know if you watch any like highlight videos about it or nothing, bro. But dude, he was being such a shitty person to someone that like he calls a friend.
I don't know. Is he acting arrogant with you tonight or whenever you were talking on?
No, it's just normal self.
I don't know what that means, because his normal self isn't very normal. So.
Well, what you'd expect from a normal Phil conversation.
Him just like him taking the high road.
Yeah, and that's it. Phil just tries to constantly go ahead and just tries to, go ahead and show that he's better than everyone. Like, he only talks to Wings because he thinks that he can big brother him, and he thinks that he can, show him the ropes as if he's going to guide him into his next chapter in life. I mean, come on, Phil. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Too old to be doing this, doing this big brother stuff. Wings is a grown-ass man. Leave him be.
Well, Phil has like a superiority complex. Like,
100%. He thinks he is the cream of the crop. And I'll say this, Phil, you have been fired by every retail job you have ever worked. Phil, every relationship you have ever had has failed because of you. BBL Philly. It has failed because of you. So stop pretending as if you are always reinventing the wheel with streaming. You're not the master of Let's Plays. You were the guy that found you found an infinite money glitch for the time being and spammed videos nonstop, and we're at the ground level. If you weren't at the ground level of YouTube, Phil, you'd probably be homeless because you can't hold down a job. You can't. So stop being a donkey-brained idiot.
Like, I feel like every time he talks to anybody, not including me, anybody, he comes off from a position that's already like a step or two higher than you. And he's like coming down like a teacher at all times. I do this too at times. It's very condescending
Or dare I say, middle manager?
speech patterns.
all the time. Literally.
Which I do that. I do it the same way too. I can't. I condescend people as well, but I think Phil does it to an umpth degree.
Like he could be like the worst person at something, and he will figure out a way for him to like try to sound the best, bruh.
He always blames the game. That's just. That's what he does. It's always the game's fault.
And like he's literally a gambling and like an alcoholic addict.
I think he's getting better with the gambling though.
No, I disagree. I think Phil is probably still spending as much as he has been on WWE Champions. Unfortunately, TJ Gamebox has stepped away. He no longer wants to cover that. And you know what? I wish him well. And whatever he does, you know, he was just someone that just happened to play the game, happened to spend some money on the game. But notice how none of the detractors for DSP didn't give him a hard time. And it's because he wasn't begging Phil. He wasn't sitting there and saying, "Oh, guys, give me money because I might get foreclosed on because I can't afford my bills. And I have 2 big bills this week." No, he was just a player in the game. And you were just someone that just abused people and tried to use them as a tool to go ahead and make money so you can keep drinking your gin, keep ordering your DoorDash, and keep spending on 6-star Hogans.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gambling as much, but I know he's an alcoholic. So, I don't think he's.
Because like to me, it's like all right, if you're gonna gamble all this fucking money, why not do it on stream so at least can write it off on your taxes? Because he was doing
It's
it
not really
ass
even
backwards.
gambling, he's not even getting anything in return. So it's not.
So the reason why he doesn't do it is because he was embarrassed by it. Phil is legitimately embarrassed that he plays this game that he knows looks stupid. It's Candy Crush with WWE wrestlers. It's that simple. That's all that it is. WWE Champions is just Candy Crush with WWE wrestlers. And you have the special moves and all that nonsense. I did the tutorial and I was like, I don't understand how this idiot spends all this money on this game.
Is that even gambling, or is it just?
It's still pulling
Just
the one-armed
level
bandit.
money.
It's still pulling the one-armed bandit in a way.
Like he needs to be spending that money elsewhere, bro. Like maybe the taxes. No. He needs to pay all-
Well, like everybody has these very conservative like numbers. Like, oh, Phil spent, X amount of dollars on it. Nah, I think that he spent like $120,000 on the shit. A Bandit Shrines plus 2
Damn,
dexterity.
that's more than I thought. I thought it was.
Yeah, no, I'm in the club where I think Phil has spent $250K. I wholeheartely believe that he is at the 250K mark. I believe he's been playing this game for what, over 5 years? Over 5 years now. I think that if he's spending, let's say he's spending around 40K. I remember one year Duty did a video where he showed like at the end of the year he had spent close to 40,000. So if he is spending $40,000 and he's played the game for over 5 years, that's 200K right there. Even if you want to be conservative and do 35,000, you do 35,000, you times that by 5. You're going to go ahead and get yourself, you get 70, 140 plus another 35,000. You're going to get, what is that? 175,000. That's still way too much for a fucking mobile game. Sorry. Like, you should not be spending that much money on a mobile game. That's asinine. And again, he's been playing it for over 5 years. So if you take this year into consideration, he's definitely surpassed the 200K mark. If he's at $250,000 that he spent on a mobile game, shame on him. Shame on him, and shame on Cat for enabling him. Shame on his parents for not raising him right. Shame on everyone. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame.
It's more like 50.
No, he spent $250,000.
That might be extreme, but last I heard, like from Kiwi Farms, is $120,000. And like this is, if you adjust that for like inflation throughout the years, that's probably closer to like $150,000, $160,000, right? And if you put that money into like any kind of like just low yield account, he easily could have possibly made 200,000. with that same amount of money, just sitting in like an account.
But instead,
And even if he didn't go that route, he could have got a really nice fucking Corvette paid for in cash for all the Hogans that he has.
he has one car
Yeah, he has a Corolla.
that him and his wife share.
And I'm going to end it here because I don't like watching the whole video. Unless if it's like a short video, like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I don't like doing the whole video. So be sure to check out Duty's video. I forgot to link the last video in the description. I'll make sure to link this one in the description. But again, Wings, talking about the car stuff. Wings is the worst person when it comes to cars. I hate him in cars. He's such a dunce with cars. When it comes to buying a vehicle, don't buy something with all the whistle and gadgets. Okay, just don't. I have my own vehicle. Is it fancy? No. It gets me to point A to point B, and that's all that I care about. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about, oh, does this car look cool for my Instagram? No, just buy a vehicle just so you can drive places. If you have kids, buy something that, buy a 4-door so they can sit in the back seat, be comfortable. If it's just you and the missus, buy a 2-door, something nice, something exciting. If it's just you guys and you don't plan on having kids, sure. If you're young, I get it. You want to be excited. You want to buy something that is, exciting and riveting to drive, whatever. But just put your money in the other stuff and just be smart with your money, pretty much. And you see a lot of these big content creators like Hassan, who's always constantly flexing his wealth. DSP does it too. Just don't ever flex your wealth. Put it into a CD. Always save your money. I think the goal in life is to work hard and work smart, so then you don't have to keep working hard for your whole life. Invest your money right. Don't dress to impress people. I'll be honest, like if you ever watch Internet Uncapped, which shout out, I'm always wearing like Old Navy stuff. I shop at Old Navy all the time, and I go right to the clearance section. Not because I'm poor, but because I'm not flashy. The only like sneakers, my mom gets them for me for my birthday. I'm like, thanks. But even then, I go to like Dick's Sporting Goods and go to clearance section there. Just be smart with your money. Don't be dumb. Don't be Phil. But that pretty much wraps up the video for today, everyone. And what can you take away from this? I would say DSP is a donkey-brained idiot. He is someone that views himself as better than everyone, and he's always attacking Wings because he thinks he's better than Wings. And be smart with your money. Don't be Dark Side Phil. And until next time, everyone, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notifications, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.